you out of the vehicle now.
I understand that.
Step out.
It was hard to watch.
Kristi Englekirk says she knew nothing about the shooting of Christian Glass until she got a jury summons. She'd never seen the video before she sat on the jury. Now she's watched it 5 times.
It was devastating, especially seeing the way that Christian was acting. It was clear that he was in crisis.
She says she believes what former Deputy Andrew Buen did that night was not reasonable.
He never tried to de-escalate the situation, and he kept increasing the level of force that he was using for no apparent reason.
The grand jury indicted Buen with second-degree murder after he broke into Glass's car, shot him with beanbag rounds, tased him, then eventually shot and killed him after he says he believed he saw Glass swipe a knife out a car window toward a fellow officer. Englekirk, the jury foreperson, says within 30 minutes of getting this case, 10 of the 12 jurors said they believed Buen was guilty of second-degree murder.
It was very, very emotional because it's an emotional case.
One of the 2 no votes eventually agreed to convict on a lesser charge, but one juror would not budge.
They very quickly from the beginning basically took the position of everything that this police officer did was reasonable. Cops can make mistakes, and that choice of the word mistake was really upsetting to me, because I think a mistake is you forget to lock your door or you turn left instead of turning right. A mistake is not shooting a kid in crisis to death. And that basically ended up being their standpoint for the rest of the deliberations.
Englekirk and 4 of the other 12 jurors who sat behind the camera during this interview say they believe this juror had a bias that cops could do no wrong and shouldn't have been allowed on the jury. For 2 days, they say they tried to reason with the holdout, finishing with a hypothetical.
If I am in that officer's position just as a regular human being, not as an officer, and I have the choice to shoot and kill this person versus the risk of maybe my friend getting slashed by a knife. Every day I am choosing for my friend to get slashed by that knife rather than me shoot and kill someone. And I posed that question to this person and they said no. The fact that this person would say that that's okay and that that's what they would choose to do, I don't know how to talk to someone like that. I don't know how to continue to reason with someone like that.
After 2.5 days of trying to talk it out,
has the jury reached any verdict?
they threw in the towel.
Murder in the second degree. The form indicates we, the jury, could not reach a verdict on this charge.
Englekirk and others were in tears in the jury box.
I am so sad for his family that they had to go through this. And so that we could not get a conviction for a man that seems so clearly guilty.
Englekirk says she hopes talking about what happened encourages the prosecution to try Buen again. And she hopes that even their near conviction sends a message.
I keep thinking, if my friend or my future child or my brother or my whoever is in this situation and calls the police for help, I don't want this to be what happens to them.
The jury did convict Buen on 1 count, reckless endangerment. That's a misdemeanor. Both sides are due back in court tomorrow to discuss the sentencing process for that charge and then how this case will move forward. We'll be there. In the studio, Steve Steger, 9 News.